It's the year 480 BCE. A young Spartan warrior stands atop a hill, looking down at the burning battlefield of Thermopylae. His commander, King Leonidas, has just been killed. His brothers in arms, the legendary 300 Spartans, have fought to the death against the overwhelming Persian army. The young warrior grips his spear, blood dripping from his hands. The battle is lost, but the war, far from over. The enemy, tens of thousands strong, is closing in. But fear does not exist here. He is Spartan, and Spartans never retreat, never surrender. For centuries, Sparta was the stuff of legends. A city where boys were transformed into warriors so ruthless, so disciplined, that their enemies trembled at the mere mention of their name. Sparta ruled the battlefield with an iron grip, shaping the very course of history. And then, it vanished. Today on MythicMarvel, we're uncovering the real story of Sparta. Not the one you read in history books, the one filled with secrets, betrayals, and a fall so shocking that it changed the world forever. Because what really happened to Sparta isn't just a story about the past. It's a warning for the future. To understand how Sparta disappeared, we need to go back to the beginning. Not to its golden age, not to the days of King Leonidas and the legendary 300, but before all of that, before Sparta was even a name worth fearing. Hundreds of years before its rise, the land that would become Sparta was nothing more than a cluster of scattered villages, surrounded by towering mountains and fertile valleys. The people were simple farmers living off the land, but they were constantly under threat from outsiders. Raiders, rival tribes, warlords who wanted their fertile lands. And in this chaos, something changed. The people of these villages realized that if they wanted to survive, they couldn't live like the rest of Greece. They had to be different. They had to be stronger. This is how Sparta was born. Not from philosophy, not from trade, but from war. The Spartans believed that survival meant eliminating weakness at any cost. And so they built a society where strength was the only thing that mattered. Every Spartan child was judged from birth. If a baby was seen as weak, too small, too sickly, too fragile, they were left outside to die. Only the strongest survived. Those who did were raised in a world unlike anything else in history. At the age of 7, Spartan boys were ripped from their families and thrown into a brutal military training system called the agoge. Imagine being 7 years old, standing in the freezing cold, your feet covered in dirt, your stomach growling with hunger. Your instructor throws you to the ground, yelling at you to stand. He kicks dust in your face. A Spartan does not beg, he says. A Spartan takes. You quickly learn that pain is not a punishment. It's a lesson that will either make you stronger or kill you. The training was brutal. Boys were forced to fight each other in bare-knuckle combat, often until one was left unconscious or worse. They were given little food so they would learn to steal. If they were caught, they were beaten, not for stealing but for getting caught. Discipline was absolute. Mercy was weakness. And weakness was not tolerated. But Sparta wasn't just about the men. Spartan women were raised in a way that shocked the rest of Greece. While Athenian women were expected to stay home, quiet and obedient, Spartan women were trained to be just as tough as the men. They wrestled, they ran, they trained in combat. Because the Spartan belief was simple: strong women give birth to strong warriors. Mothers would tell their sons before they left for battle, "Come back with your shield or on it." In other words, win or die trying. There was no in-between, and for a while this system worked. Sparta became unstoppable. Their warriors dominated battlefields across Greece, striking fear into anyone who dared to challenge them. But underneath the surface, something was brewing. A weakness that no amount of training could fix. Sparta's entire system was built on the backs of slaves, the helots. While Spartan warriors trained for war, the helots worked the fields, built the cities, and did everything else necessary to keep Sparta running. They were not treated as people. They were treated as property. Every year, Spartan leaders declared an official war on the helots. This gave them the right to kill any helot they wanted, for any reason. Spartan warriors were sent into the countryside at night, sneaking into helot villages and assassinating anyone who seemed strong, intelligent, or rebellious. It was called the cryptia, a brutal secret police force designed to keep the helots too terrified to fight back. But fear can only control people for so long. As the years passed, Sparta faced a crisis they never saw coming: a population collapse. Their extreme military training meant fewer and fewer Spartan men lived long enough to have children. Meanwhile, the helot population was growing, and they were watching, waiting. Then came the day everything changed. The year was 371 BCE. For centuries, Sparta had been invincible. No army could defeat them. And then, at the Battle of Leuctra, an enemy did the impossible. The Thebans, led by a general named Epaminondas, used a revolutionary new tactic. Instead of attacking head-on, they concentrated their forces on one side of the Spartan army. The Spartans, so used to their enemies fighting traditionally, had no idea how to react. Within hours, the unthinkable happened. The Spartan army collapsed. The invincible warriors of Sparta were defeated. And for the first time in history, Sparta was vulnerable. That's when the helots saw their chance. They rebelled. In waves, they rose up, burning Spartan crops, attacking their masters, and forcing the once mighty warriors to retreat to their city, helpless. Sparta had lost its warriors, and without warriors, there was no Sparta. Within a few generations, the Spartan way of life was gone. The city still stood, but it was no longer the military powerhouse it had once been. The world moved on. New empires rose: Rome, Persia, Macedonia. Sparta became nothing more than a memory, a legend. But here's where things get strange. Some historians believe the Spartan bloodline never truly disappeared, that instead of fading away, Spartan warriors became mercenaries, fighting for foreign kings and emperors. Spartans were reported in Egypt, Persia, and even Rome. Could it be that the greatest warriors of history simply went underground, hiding in plain sight? And even if the Spartans are gone, is their influence still alive?
Congratulations, warrior. If you've made it this far, you've unlocked the Spartan trial. Only the strongest survive. Will you? Let's find out. You are now a young Spartan warrior, standing in the middle of a dusty training ground. Around you, Spartan instructors are barking orders. Other trainees, just like you, are preparing for battle. You are 12 years old, deep in the agoge. You've survived the beatings, the starvation, the brutal training. But today you face the ultimate test. If you fail, you won't live to see your next meal. Choose wisely, Spartan. Challenge 1. The fight. You are thrown into a ring with another trainee. He's bigger than you, stronger. He lunges at you. Do you 1. Dodge and counterattack? 2. Stand your ground and block his strike? 3. Fake weakness and strike when he lowers his guard? If you dodge and counterattack, you move fast, too fast for him to react. Your fist connects with his jaw. He stumbles. The fight is yours. You win. If you stand your ground, his punch lands first. You collapse to the ground. The instructor shakes his head. A warrior does not wait for death. You have failed. If you fake weakness and strike, he smirks, thinking you're weak. But when he drops his guard, BM, your fist meets his face. The instructor nods. Clever. But remember, honor matters too. You win, but barely. Challenge 2. The stealth mission, Cryptia test. Night falls. You are selected for a secret mission, your first Cryptia. You must sneak into a village and eliminate a dangerous rebel. If you are caught, you die. You see the target's house. Do you 1. Sneak in through the roof? 2. Hide in the shadows and wait for him to come out? 3. Rush in and attack directly? If you sneak in through the roof, you move silently, slipping through a small opening in the thatched roof. Inside, the rebel sleeps. You complete your mission undetected. The instructor whispers you are ready. If you hide and wait, the man never comes out. Hours pass. You fall asleep. When you wake up, guards surround you. You have failed. If you rush in, the moment you enter, the man shouts for help. Villagers surround you. You are outnumbered. You fight, but fall. A Spartan must use his mind, not just his strength. Final challenge, the battlefield. Years pass. You are no longer a boy, no longer a trainee. You are a Spartan warrior. The battle is here. The enemy is 10 times your number. Your commander looks at you. This is it, he says. We hold the line. Or we die. You grip your spear. This is your moment. Do you? 1. Charge forward with no fear. 2. Wait and strike at the perfect moment. 3. Lead your fellow warriors into a tactical retreat. If you charge forward, you fight bravely, but alone. The enemy surrounds you. You fall. A true warrior fights with his brothers, not alone. If you wait and strike, the enemy rushes in, expecting you to break. Instead, you hold firm. You strike at the perfect moment. The enemy crumbles. Victory is yours. If you retreat tactically, you live to fight another day, but Spartans do not retreat. You are exiled from Sparta. You have failed the warrior's code. You have faced the Spartan trial. You have been tested. Some of you have survived. Some have fallen. But remember this, true strength is not just about winning. It's about wisdom, strategy, honor. That is what made Sparta great. And that is what keeps the Spartan spirit alive today. Thanks for watching Mythic Marvel. Are you Spartan enough? Let us know in the comments.